Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dion, and today I gotta get something off my chest. I gotta get something off my spirit. I am so over the trinket economy and the trinket trend. When I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do this week for my video, I was just researching different summer trends, and the Labubu trend kept coming up. And I wanted to talk about the popularity of blind boxes, blind items, and how it relates to hyperconsumerism and all of that. So if you like sustainability and trends in general, then definitely make sure to subscribe to this channel because I post videos every Thursday. And with that, let's get into it. So Labubus, as well as some other trinkets I'm going to be talking about, Sonny Angels, Smiskies, there's tons, Crybabies, all of that. They all come in these blind boxes, these blind packaged items, similar to baseball card packs, Pokemon card packs, silly bands. You don't know what the contents are inside when you buy them, but you're hoping for some high value items and items that you don't currently have in your collection. With the current trend, Sonny Angels, Labubus, Smiskies, whatever, it's a box that has like a plastic film on it, so it's nice and shiny. And then inside that box is a plastic bag that you can't see through. And inside the plastic bag is the plastic toy inside. So you go through all these layers of packaging for that surprise. What that anticipation does, that opening and you don't know what you're gonna get, it activates the gambling part of the human brain, the risk-reward systems in your brain. Mina Lay did a great video on the trinket trend and goes more into the psychology of things if you want to see more about that. But when you go on these websites for Sonny Angels, Labubus, whatever, they describe their trinkets as something that will bring you joy, a little something to brighten your day. If you think about Christmas, what's actually more fun? What's the better day? Christmas or Christmas Eve? Christmas morning, after you open all the gifts, the rest of the day is kind of whatever. But Christmas Eve is the anticipatory excitement. The what's gonna happen, what am I gonna get, what's Santa going to bring? That's the magic of Christmas, not so much the opening day. That anticipation and wondering what you're gonna get, and then the opening and having your brain receive some sort of reward system is the same basic principle as like slot machines, poker, any type of gambling. You're investing a little bit, either in the case of Christmas, your emotion, you're hoping for something, or in the case of these blind items, your money, in the hopes that you will get this reward in return. It's the contrast of, oh my God, what if I lose, to, oh my God, I won. And that, when you actually win, when you finally get it after so many rounds of failure, that strengthens, deepens the groove in your brain of these gambling systems. But once the item is opened, does it actually bring you joy? Once the high wears off, when you're just walking around your Sonny Angel 5 days later, does it actually bring you any joy? These companies are banking on one of two things. A, it's your first time buying a Labubu. You get it, you open it, and it's exactly what you wanted. Maybe it was a rare one. Maybe it was one in your favorite color, whatever. It was the one that you wanted. And that reward system makes you so happy that you associate these boxes, investing your money in these boxes, with something positive. So then you want to buy it again because you've had a positive experience with it. You haven't failed yet. The second thing the company is banking on is you failing. Same with casinos, same with any sort of gambling enterprise. They bank on you failing over and over and over again. Not getting the ones you wanted, getting repeats of lower value collector's items, whatever it is. And they bank on the fact that in your brain you go, but what if I try one more time? It'll all be different. What if the next one is right there? It reminds me of that diamond mining meme. That's what gambling does to your brain, and same with these blind boxes. And companies know that. They spend millions and billions and trillions of dollars researching advertisements and how to manipulate consumers using psychology. That's why we have so much research on this, is because it's been being funded by corporations so they can better manipulate us into buying things. And the blind items are great for corporations because they can put a couple of high value, even though the production is probably the same, items in a sea of 20. And all the people, 18 of the people who don't receive a high value item, see the 2 that get the high value item and think, oh, I could be that. You see the lottery winner, you think, oh, I could be that. Someone who won a ton in poker, someone who played 1 slot machine and cashed out. You, as a consumer, are hoping to be that exception, that outlier. And the company is banking on the fact that you think you're gonna be an exception or an outlier. And it saves them money because they don't have to put in that much effort because they know you'll keep coming back. Another argument I have seen with these Sonny Angels, Labubus, Smiskies, whatever they are, is this need for individuality, customizing your bag or your backpack. But in the case of these micro trends, it feels more like social capital than a tool to express yourself. We've seen the trends of Jane Birkinifying your bags, making them customizable, custom phone cases, all about showing off your quirky personality. And we've also seen these customizations be status symbols. I think about Kipling bags back in the day. Kipling was a relatively expensive brand and all their bags came with the little gorillas. So having that gorilla signal to people that you had a Kipling bag, which is expensive, or the Hermes horse keychains. It's all virtue signaling to your fellow brethren who you are and what you value. And with these micro trends that we're talking about here, these trinkets, each of the Sonny Angels has a different hat. Each of the Labubus has a different little outfit. So you can find one that fits your personality. There's Coca-Cola Labubus. There's animal Sonny Angels. So you find the one that fits you and your favorite color, your favorite animal, whatever it is. So you get to participate in this mass trend that everyone is doing, but you still get to signal your individual personality. Previous blind box trends like Pokemon or Silly Bands implied an aspect of trading. So if you have doubles of a certain item, you trade to upgrade to something you don't have. You use the items like capital, some being worth more than others. But not only are these current trinkets not marketed to school children who can trade and have nothing better to do at recess, but young adults with individual lives. When you're in school, like, all children are kind of experiencing the same trend cycle. But when you're an adult, we're living completely different aspects of the internet, completely different whatever. There are things I've never heard of that adults can be interested in. So the idea that you'll take your Sonny Angels to work and be able to trade with all your coworkers, maybe 1 or 2, but that's probably not what's going to happen. There's no trading involved. That communal aspect and the payoff for buying packs of a blind box just to get repeats or devalued items is that there's a possibility to utilize many low value items to trade for a high value item or to complete your set. And that gets into collecting. These are collector's items. I'm collecting these things. I need to buy all these Sonny Angels to complete the set, to complete the Labubu set, whatever it is. And I understand collecting to an extent, but I do think there's a fine line between collecting and hoarding / hyperconsumerism. And one of which is, are you collecting for yourself or for the hopes of another? So do you actually enjoy collecting these things and seeing these things around? Or do you actually think in 20 years your collection is gonna pay for your kids' college tuition? It reminds me of like rent flippers. Like, are you buying all of these collector items for the resale value? Or are you actually buying it because you enjoy it? And not only that, but the idea of like, oh, it's a collection, it's an investment. All the money you spent on these items could have just gone into like a savings bond or like an index fund, honestly. And even if you spent all that money trying to find the rare one, all the money you've lost is gonna outweigh the money you made by getting these rare items. Again, the same concept with gambling. Oh, I walked out with $3 grand. Okay, but how much have you put down over the weekend at the casino? Most likely you end in the negative when it's all said and done. The system allows you to think that you're cheating it and that you made money. I just feel like we've seen this film before, like with Beanie Babies. It's like, oh, Beanie Babies are gonna be worth so much, and even the Princess Diana Beanie Baby isn't worth that much anymore. And it's only if in their perfect condition and if it's a rare one. 99% of these little trinkets that we're providing aren't gonna make you thousands of dollars in the end. My brother had binders of Pokemon cards and we went through them, and it's like maybe for an entire binder we could get like $100 on eBay. Like, it just wasn't a fruitful investment. And when it comes to collecting, I'm like, are you really a trinket girly? Do you really want to move all of this? When you move out of your apartment, your dorm, your house, whatever it is, are you going to want to pack up all 150 of your Smiskies? In 5 years, are you going to like this, or is it going to be annoying and you're just going to dump an entire collection at the thrift store? And the final argument I sort of see in favor of these trinkets is it's just a harmless treat. This doesn't hurt anybody. It's just a $5 little thing. It's not that big of a deal. Why can't I give myself a little treat? The company is banking on you to convince yourself that during these hard times when everything is so expensive, that a $5 trinket blind box isn't that big of a deal. And it preys on the gambling part of the human brain. Hyperconsumerism harms people and the planet. Petroleum products like Labubus and Sonny Angels harm the people and the planet. Giving money to big corporations like Pop Mart harm people in the planet. So we were saying it's just a harmless treat, it's not hurting anyone. It actually is actively hurting people. Participating in microtrends actively hurts people, actively hurts the planet. So just because you're not seeing it over here in the United States or in Korea or Japan or China, where these trinkets are really, really popular, doesn't mean that it's a harmless treat. There's plenty of harm that goes into fracking to get oil for petroleum products to make these stupid little trinkets. There's plenty of harm being done in the factories and facilities in which these stupid little trinkets are being made. And there's plenty of harm being done when these stupid little trinkets end up in the landfill in a year or 2 years or 10 years because they don't do anything. A truly harmless $5 treat would be to go to a local coffee shop, buy from a black business. Even treating yourself to makeup, something that you'll actually use over time, would be an actual better use of the money than a $5 plastic thing that came in 50 pieces of packaging that quite literally does nothing. Just sits on your desk, sits on your purse. Like, get food, get makeup, get a consumable, get something that like you can actually use. And whatever, maybe I'm a hater. I'm allowed to be a hater. I'm allowed to be a hater of hyperconsumerism. I kind of see right through these trends. I don't feel like the majority of people that are participating in these trends are true trinket girlies at heart. I think we're gonna see all of these dumb trinkets in the landfill or in the thrift store in the next year, and it's sad and it's annoying, honestly. And that's just how I feel. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was sort of a rant, Ranks rants. That's what today's video was. But I can't take it anymore. Sometimes I just need to come on here and scream at the camera and talk my shit because I just get so frustrated with everything. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and let me know down below what else you'd like to see from me, and subscribe to this channel because I am typically more positive and I post videos every Thursday. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram for even more content from me. And with that, have a happy day. Bye.